Hello and welcome everybody once again to RCW Strike Zone. We are coming to you live tonight from Dallas, Texas, home of WrestleMania 32. And hello again, once again everybody. My name is Tuba Splat and I'll be your host on color commentary for this evening. We're going to kick off tonight strong with some women's division action featuring our RCW Women's Champion, which we found out last week by co-general manager Edge that Asuka will be defending her RCW Women's Championship against Sasha Banks in a no-holds-barred contest. For RCW Anything Goes, which will be on Mother's Day the 14th. And Asuka being set for action, our opening contest against Natalya, the Queen of Hearts, the former WWE Divas Champion in her own right. One of the more technically profound women on this roster. I do not ever recall that these two have gone one-on-one with each other before. I guess it's the first time for anything. Especially here in RCW. As the RCW Women's Champion Asuka set for action. The first of our two women's division matches tonight. And here we go, the champ Asuka and Natalya. Here we go. Immediately out of the gate, a crucifix takedown by Asuka to Natalya. And a hard elbow right in the middle of the back to Natalya. Natalya countering with a right hand. Fireman's carried by Asuka. Of course, both these women use submissions as their finishing maneuver. Asuka with the Asuka lock and Natalya with their family sharpshooter, made famous by her uncle Bret Hart. Natalya isolating the arm of Asuka, smart strategy on the part of Natalya to isolate the arm so Asuka can't use it as effectively as she would like to. Off the ropes into a face buster by Natalya and into an Alabama slam, leveling the champ. And you would think if Natalya can beat Asuka here tonight, that Natalya would be a last-minute addition. Side Russian leg sweep by Asuka to the championship match, and Anything Goes in 2 weeks. If Natalya can knock off Asuka here tonight. Knees to the back and then an inverted DDT from Asuka to Natalya. And Asuka with a German suplex. Asuka middle rope. Natalya about halfway across the ring and a splash. And a kick right to the chest. Now Asuka working the legs of Natalya. Oh, here we go. Asuka with a spinning back kick into the hip bump, into the cover on Natalya here. Way too early to assume that this match is over. Side suplex from Asuka. Arm drag counter by Natalya. Natalya with a suplex. Leveling out the champion. Again, Natalya, one of the more technically sound women's wrestlers here on the roster. As she's perched up on the top rope by Asuka. Natalya with the counter, shoving off Asuka into the missile drop kick. Beautifully executed by Natalya. Into the cover now on the champion. And Asuka able to continue to fight. And Natalya just raining down kicks left and right to Asuka, not giving her a chance to move. Smart strategy on Natalya's part to keep the champ down. She delivers a Hogan-style leg drop. And now into an arm and a knee bar, or leg bar rather, or maybe a triangle. I'm not entirely sure. There's definitely a leg bar. Asuka sending Natalya back into the ring, and into the cover goes Asuka, and Natalya kicks out before too. Hard strike, hard kick right to the back of Natalya, and again in the corner goes Natalya. Natalya able to fight out and ends a Guri from Asuka. Snapmare takedown, another hard kick to the back. Utilizing strong style, much like Shinsuke Nakamura. To her advantage goes Asuka into the cover on Natalya now. And just before two, Natalya kicks out. And the crowd here in Dallas is behind this match. You can see they're all standing and applauding for these two women, showing what they do best. Look like Natalya's going for a running power slam. Asuka with a reverse DDT. And Asuka again, the spinning back kick into the hip bump. And again in the cover on Natalya here. And Natalya continues in this matchup. Now Asuka stalking Natalya to wrap her up into the Asuka lock. And Natty is close to the ropes, but just far enough out of reach. And Natalya going to be able to fight out of the Asuka lock, or is she going to tap out? A make or break moment for Natalya. Of course, the submission specialist able to fight out of the Asuka lock. Now it's Asuka sent into the corner by Natalya. Natalya perching her up on the top turnbuckle. And now Natty. Oh no. Need to deliver a double underhook. Maneuver there from the top rope. I'm not sure exactly what it was. And Asuka with an uppercut to Natalya. Falcon arrow into the cover. And Natalya still able to fight. Natalia again going for another suplex. So Asuka, the women's champion, the longest reigning champion in NXT. Not only just in, also the NXT women's champion. Now Natalia just taunting Asuka. And the leg sweep from Natalia, to Natalia from Asuka. And Natalia still just barely able to kick out. And a missile drop kick to the back of the neck. And a Hurricane Rana from Natalia. Another double leg sweep by Asuka. And again, Natalia into the ropes, or the turnbuckle, a back elbow. Then a German suplex of her own to Asuka. And of course, Natalia, the veteran. And with the Hart family training in the dungeon. Running drop kick there to the back of the head. Another low Hogan style leg drop. Face buster from Asuka. Now a backbreaker by Natalia. And just stretching out the vertebrae and Asuka's back there. And of course, when Natalia puts on the sharpshooter, it's all pressure on the legs and the back. The lower back specifically. Whoa, it looked like Asuka was looking for that spinning back kick, but then Natalia was able to counter it. She was looking for the Empress combination. Asuka again working the arms. Into the cross arm breaker, the arm bar. From Asuka to Natalia. Is Natalia going to tap out to the arm bar here? Natalia able to roll back onto her stomach and deliver right hand to the face of Asuka. Natalia's having a hard time trying to get the ball rolling here against the champion. Another forearm right to the face of Asuka. And a pair of snake eyes to the champion. Another side slam. Now Asuka onto the cover on Natalia here. Natalia continues to fight. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started, and the crowd already on their feet here in Dallas. Now Asuka might be looking to put Natalia away for the second time, looking for the Asuka lock, but Natalia with a counter. Now these two ladies just trading blows back and forth, back and forth. Natalia again with the Alabama slam to Asuka, leveling the champion. And Sasha Banks better be taking notes in the back in the locker room area. And she wants to get her women's championship back from Asuka. The snap suplex into the cover by Asuka onto Natalia here. Natalia still able to fight. Side headlock. Northern Lights suplex by Natalia. Electing to not go into the cover, oddly enough. Natalia laying down the double axe handles to the back of Asuka. And Asuka counter with a high knee into the spinning back kick again into the hip bump for a third time to Natalia. And Asuka into the cover. And Asuka is able to pin Natalia. What a great match these two women put on for us in our opening contest. Congratulations to both women, Natalia and Asuka. A very back and forth hard strike contest. But of course the champion still able to do what she does best. Just conquer and reign all of the locker room. You see the third spinning back kick and then the hip bump and then the victory for Asuka. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, she was the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. And coming up next, we got some singles action, we got some tag team action. We got Sheamus and Luke Harper teaming up against the Phenomenal One AJ Styles and the Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. Well, four of these men have been top contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship and the Twitch TV Championships. Now time to just weed out the contenders here in RCW. And of course Sheamus has had his history in the past with AJ Styles. And Dean Ambrose the same with Luke Harper. Harper was in his first match in his reign of terror. Luke Harper defeated Dean Ambrose and was a huge upset, which would lead on to where he is now. To go for an undefeated streak and long line of world champions that he's pinned, including the former Twitch TV champion Dolph Ziggler, Shinsuke Nakamura, and more recently last week Luke Harper beat his former mentor Bray Wyatt in the middle of the ring. Well, there is history and bad blood between all four men one way or another. And here comes the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles. AJ Styles also one of the few men to ever beat Luke Harper in singles action here on RCW. Beat Luke Harper a number of weeks ago on StrikeZone. And of course, Sheamus and Ambrose have also had their shares of matches in the past. AJ Styles was even #1 contender for what was Chris Jericho's RCW Heavyweight Championship back in February at Hell on Earth inside Hell in a Cell. AJ came very close to beating and ending the reign of Chris Jericho, but then that would be Balor at Final Bell. That's a whole nother story for another time, as the Lunatic Fringe makes his way to the ring. As Ambrose means all business, and he just wants this to get over and done with. Again, tag team action. Styles and Sheamus starting off this tag matches. Sheamus immediately goes to work on Styles, and of course the rivalry months ago between AJ Styles and Sheamus. A great rivalry at that. Hurricanrana takes down Sheamus. And a jumping knee strike, AJ middle rope. Over a forearm right to the face of Sheamus off the middle rope. And AJ delivering that running enziguri to the back of the head of Sheamus. And of course it was here in Dallas where AJ had his first WrestleMania. At WrestleMania 32. Sheamus a part of the League of Nations with Bad News Barrett, Del Rio, and Rusev in a follow-away slam by Sheamus. And then Ambrose took on the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar right here in this building. Looks like a Cobra Clutch suplex or something or other there from Sheamus' Styles. Because now AJ tags in Ambrose. Smart strategy. Have the fresher of the two men in the middle of the ring. And a hard lariat from Harper. The Dean Ambrose. And the DDT from Dean Ambrose to Luke Harper. Now Ambrose is letting all hang loose on Harper, but Harper putting a stop to it. With those clubbing knees and right hands to the back of the head. And a stomp to the chest. Ambrose able to counter off the left hand from Harper. And Ambrose with a power bomb to the big man. He tags in Styles. Knowing their more recent history, Harper and Styles. Styles able to beat Harper. Middle of the ring on StrikeZone as AJ turns that suplex into a crossbody. And a hard elbow right to the head of Luke Harper. And then a suplex to Harper. AJ springboard 450 coming up empty as Harper rolls out of the way. Fireman's carry by Harper. And then a Falcon Arrow. Into the cover goes Harper on Styles. And Styles able to kick out. And Harper just whipping back AJ's head right to the mat, and in comes Sheamus. And Sheamus repeats the same maneuver as Harper is trying to take out Ambrose, as Sheamus in the cover on Styles, and Styles kicks out. Now the ref trying to get some order here. It's all four men at one point or another were in the middle of the ring. Ambrose finally making his way onto the apron. Styles might be looking for the Bloody Sunday. Another side suplex from Sheamus. And AJ taking down Sheamus. And AJ and Sheamus were having their series of matches. Sheamus was always walking out the victor. Let's hope that this time AJ could put all that behind him and get a win over Sheamus. As AJ now shoots the half into the cover on Sheamus, and Sheamus still kicks out. And there's the Bloody Sunday. And Sheamus able to counter the suplex. And Sheamus looking to hit white noise to AJ, and AJ knows that is maneuver way too familiar. And Sheamus is into the cover, and Ambrose able to break up the pin. And 16,000 plus strong chant to Sheamus, you look stupid, right here in Dallas. And Sheamus, whoa, came up empty on the Brogue Kick. An elbow to the head and a belly to belly to Styles. And Sheamus came up empty off the Brogue Kick, and he tags in Harper. As Harper makes the cover now. And Styles still continues to kick out. Styles needs to make a tag to Ambrose as soon as he can. Double A takedown from Styles to Harper. And AJ this time with a power bomb to Luke Harper. And now AJ might be looking to put this match away all on his own. Looking to hit Harper with the phenomenal forearm. Came up empty. Much like their encounter weeks ago. Another side suplex. And I believe Styles finally hit the phenomenal forearm. And now AJ just getting in the face of Dean Ambrose. And AJ could have gone into the cover. I believe he just barely connected that last phenomenal forearm to Luke Harper. He instead got into the face of Dean Ambrose. Styles now got the calf crusher and forced a rope break. Styles into the cover. And Harper kicks out before the count of 2. And AJ needs to make a tag to Dean Ambrose. But AJ is looking to go in on it all alone, as he's looking to deliver the Styles Clash to Luke Harper. Into the cover now. And AJ and Ambrose pick up the win, even though I believe after the stare down from Styles to Ambrose, Styles wanted to make a statement by carry the team to pin Harper. Some natural heat going on here between Styles and Ambrose now. You see the white noise from Sheamus to Styles. And here you see right here the closing moments, the Styles clash, and Ambrose barely got into this matchup, at least legally. But what you didn't see was AJ Styles getting into the face of Dean Ambrose, sending a message to Ambrose that he could just put away both men on his own. And coming up next, we're going to hear from co-general manager Christian in regards to the tag team division and the tag team title match for RCW Anything Goes. I'm going to hear from Christian in mere moments. Dallas, Texas, how are all of you guys doing here tonight? Boy, guys, could you believe that women's action in our opening contest between Natalia and Asuka? Hell of a job, ladies. Hell of a job. Well, the reason I'm out here is to make an announcement regarding the tag team division and the tag team title match Anything Goes. I'm here to announce next week, right here on StrikeZone, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match. And it's going to be a false count anywhere. What's going to happen is the top 4 teams will need to select a representative to represent them in the fatal 4-way match next week. And the winner of that fatal 4-way will earn him and his partner a shot at the tag team championships and the tag team champions in that matter, Team Altitude, at RCW Anything Goes. But it's an added stipulation for Anything Goes. The tag team titles will be defended inside Hell in a Cell at Anything Goes. So for those top 4 teams here in RCW, they'll be selected next week. Make sure to pick a good representative for your team, because it all matters come Anything Goes. Have a good night, everybody. Huge announcement regarding the tag team division from the office of Edge and Christian, our co-general managers. Next week, a fatal 4-way falls count anywhere matchup. And whoever wins that fatal 4-way gets to face Team Altitude, Zack Ryder and Neville, for the tag team titles inside Hell in a Cell at Anything Goes. Big time pressure on the part of the champion's part. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit of a rematch from a couple of weeks ago. It was a standard tag team match, the Ascension versus Enzo and Cass. We found out that Emma became a new member of the Ascension, and Carmella rejoined Enzo and Cass. But the Ascension and Enzo and Cass match ended in a double countout, essentially a draw. But here's a bit of a rematch, but this time from the women's perspective of these two tag teams. Emma and Carmella in one-on-one action. And of course, Carmella and Emma have had their shares of matches in the past with each other here in RCW, but this time it's for the pride of their tag teams. For Enzo and Cass in the Ascension. Again, this is a bit of a spiritual successor of a rematch from Enzo and Cass a couple of weeks ago. Emma with a Luthez press onto Carmella right here out of the gate. And Carmella with a high knee right to the face of Emma. And Emma with another counter into the face buster. And then a running STO. And Emma putting on the submission to Carmella. And Carmella able to fight out of it with an elbow. Right to the gut. Into the ropes, and then a drop kick to Emma. And Carmella working the arms and the upper back of Emma. And now the legs with that foot DDT to Emma. And now Carmella on the middle rope. And a splash to Emma. Another kick right to the chest. And a soccer ball light kick. Right to the abdomen of Emma. And Emma still fights with that elbow right to the chest. Does it look like Connor introduced a steel chair and then a hip toss in the meantime, I believe, from Emma. As Victor introduced the steel chair into this matchup. Should be interesting how this plays out. That elbow right to the heart of Carmella from Emma. Facebuster counter from Carmella into the Luthez press and just avoiding the steel chair. Introduced by Victor. And Carmella into the cover now on Emma, and Emma kicks out before too. And Carmella with the long legs had him around the head of Emma. Now the ref puts away the steel chair. Emma box ears of Carmella, went for a cutter. And back into the corner goes Emma, and now Carmella looking for the Bronco Buster to Emma. As now the ref's distracted by Connor. The two teams on the outside better be careful not to get themselves ejected out of this matchup, and a neck breaker from Emma to Carmella. Now Emma into the cover, and Carmella fights out with ease out of the pinning predicament. And the DDT from Carmella to Emma. And now Connor distracting Carmella, and Emma is all the way on the other side of the ring, giving her plenty of time and area to regroup. And Emma is able to take advantage off the distraction. She perches Carmella up on the top turnbuckle. And now Emma looking to deliver a superplex to Carmella from the top rope. And again, Carmella using the legs to her advantage, able to anticipate and able to hit Emma right between the eyes. Now Carmella, what is Carmella thinking here? Carmella looking to fly. Suicide dive to Emma on the outside. Risking life and limb, all for the pride of Enzo and Cass. Then a hard stomp right to the back of the head of Emma. My goodness. And Emma sweeps the leg into the cover. And Emma with a kick to the upper back of Carmella. As now Emma ascends to the middle rope, and a splash again to Emma, or Carmella rather. And then a kick right to the face and the neck. With the takedown into the pinning predicament here by Emma. And Carmella barely able to kick out. Another hard kick right to the neck and face of Carmella from Emma. And Emma might have been looking for that cross body. As now Carmella delivers the single leg Boston Crab to Emma. Carmella already working on the legs earlier on in the matchup. Doesn't seem to be affecting too much to Emma from the Boston Crab. And Emma was looking for a suplex, and Carmella able to counter it with a suplex of her own. And you can see Emma's legs were getting hung up on the top rope. That would do extra damage. Now Carmella might have been looking for the Bronco Buster. Once again, spinning heel kick from Emma out of the corner to Carmella. Beautifully hit. A kick to the gut. An alley-oop bomb out of the corner. Very back and forth contest between these two women. And Emma again looking for the kick, and then another spinning heel kick out of the corner. Dragon screw takedown from Carmella. Carmella able to counter as many kicks as she can from Emma. Looking for possibly a German suplex. And Emma able to counter it. Not sure what Emma keeps looking for here. She delivers the kick to the gut. Might be looking for a foot choke. Into the cover goes Emma. And Carmella barely getting the shoulder up. And Carmella DDT to Emma. Carmella's trying to get the crowd behind her here. Now Carmella might be looking to hit Emma with the code of silence. Just like she did to Nia Jax in their debut. Both Carmella and Nia's debut. Hit the code of silence, center of the ring. Emma has nowhere to go. Code of silence. Emma going to tap out to the code of silence here. As you can see, Enzo cheering on Carmella. Emma surviving the code of silence. Able to relieve the pressure. You might have been looking that Carmella's going for the Bronco Buster again. Falcon Arrow into the cover from Emma to Carmella. And Emma picks up the win for her in the Ascension. As she's laughing into the face of the crowd. And you see the Bronco Buster from Carmella. So I guess in one way or another, the Ascension beat Enzo and Cass, since this is a spiritual successor rematch from their first encounter. But this time, Emma and Carmella were inside the ring instead of the outside. Here you see the suicide dive from Carmella, then the series of kicks to the face and neck of Carmella. And there you see the pinning predicament right there, right in front of Big Cass. As the Ascension looked on. And you see the final closing moment, the Falcon Arrow into the cover right in front of Enzo and Cass. As Emma and the Ascension pick up the win. And coming up next, we got some more singles action. Curtis Axel taking on Apollo Crews. Coming up next. Of course, here comes Curtis Axel, the former WWE Tag Team Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. Got a pedigree, a part of the Hennig family, with his father being Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and his grandfather Larry the Axe Hennig. And at one point here in his career in RCW, Curtis Axel, he beat Chris Jericho in his debut. A huge upset from the Axeman. As he goes one-on-one with Apollo Crews. Here we go out of the gate. Double leg takedown from Curtis Axel. Of course, Axel with the amateur wrestling background. Will take down the big man with a double leg takedown. And now immediately working the legs of Apollo Crews. And a back body drop from Crews. Apollo Crews, very successful athlete, has all the tools. Just a matter of the opportunity and to apply them. As Curtis Axel over a standing drop kick off the rebound from the ropes to Apollo Crews. And now again works the legs of Apollo Crews. Now is slamming Cruz's head right into the mat. As he works the arm. And the leg sweep from Apollo Crews to Axel and a jumping fist drop, I believe. Another side suplex to Curtis Axel, working the arm. Into the ropes, and Axel able to counter it, looking for another double leg takedown, it looked like. The fireman's carry from Crews, and Axel able to counter the fireman's carry. Right hand. Again, up and over the top rope. And Curtis Axel to Apollo Crews. Now Cruz playing mind games, but it cost him. Apollo Crews delivers a suplex to Axel on the outside. And maybe this is where Axel wanted to be the entire time. Apparently not. Again, Axel just playing mind games with Cruz. Well, these two just want to lay it all out. Deliver blow after blow. And again, Cruz is sent up and over the top rope, and Axel playing mind games. And a Samoan drop from Apollo Crews. And a stomp to the arm from Crews to Axel. Snapmare takedown. And again, isolating the arm. But Axel is already on top of it. Another right hand from Crews and a spinning heel kick. My God. As Axel's head just bounced off the top rope. Oh my God. Serious whiplash there on the part of Curtis Axel. As Crews again works the leg. And a step up enziguri. Gonna knock Curtis Axel right out clean with that enziguri. And another, that's an elbow, excuse me, it wasn't a fist chop earlier, that was an elbow. This Crews might be looking to put this match away here with the spin out power bomb to Axel into the cover. And Apollo Crews picks up the win over Curtis Axel. Medical staff might have to look at look at Curtis Axel. His whiplashes and concussion is nothing to be taken lightly. Didn't show it there in the replay, but Curtis Axel's head bounced off. At one point, bounced off the top rope and into the enziguri. Not good for Axel's health. But nonetheless, Apollo Crews with another impressive victory. And up next, we're going to hear from the new, and I repeat, the new RCW Twitch TV champion, Kevin Owens, after the rematch from overtime against Dolph Ziggler in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup last week. Kevin Owens, well, I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you what he did to Dolph Ziggler in moments. Well, you all said that I wasn't going to beat Dolph Ziggler. Well, you know what? I sure as hell did beat Dolph Ziggler, and I did it right there, right next to the entrance ramp. I beat Dolph Ziggler so bad that he lost the Twitch TV Championship. You know what? I'll be glad to do it again, anytime, anywhere. Yep, that's right. Falls Count Anywhere, they were right there. Package pile driver right there across, right next to the entrance ramp. So Dolph, why don't come out here and we can recreate that magic that happened last week. Dolph Ziggler answering to Kevin Owens. Again, Calvin Owens is correct. Delivered a package pile driver right off next to the entrance ramp to Dolph Ziggler to pin and win the Twitch TV Championship. But you know what, Kevin? I have a rematch against you for the Twitch TV Championship. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you do? Did you go and talk to Edge and Christian to beg for one more match? No, you jackass. I invoked my rematch clause for the Twitch TV Championship for anything goes inside in Extreme Rules matchup. Dude, did I knock your head clean off last week before in Falls Count Anywhere? I'll gladly do it again in the Extreme Rules match. In 2 weeks' time, Dolph. 2 weeks' time. But you know, that's perfectly fine because just like Deadpool, you can knock my head off as many times as you want, but I'm still going to come back and still kick your ass. Really, Deadpool references. How about you step out of a fantasy world and step into the real world with the prize fighter, me, right now. Whoa! Dolph Ziggler responding appropriately to Kevin's challenge. And Dolph Ziggler doing what he does best, which is show off, but Kevin Owens doing what he does best, which is kick ass and take names. And Kevin Owens just taking it to doing exactly what he said that Dolph Ziggler was going to take his damn head off. But Ziggler with a neck breaker able to fight back. Dolph Ziggler wants Kevin Owens and anything goes. I believe he's getting it on the part of our general managers, because he does have a rematch clause in his contract, and he can definitely use it for the Twitch TV title. These two are finally getting separated by referees and security. Now that we're getting some order out here, we move on to some more tag team action. And again, the Club and Revival would want to impress general managers Edge and Christian in regards to the tag team titles and the opportunity next week here on StrikeZone in a fatal 4-way Falls Count Anywhere. But here comes the Revival, the two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, the first time ever two-time tag champs. One of the more ruthless tag teams. Will the Revival take on Gallows and Anderson, these two teams share a lot more than they would have ever thought. And here comes Gallows and Anderson, the former Raw Tag Team Champions, until they lost the titles in a promptly fatal four-way, an impromptu fatal four-way ladder match at WrestleMania 33, which would be won by returning Hardy Boys. And again, Gallows and Anderson, the Revival, they share a lot more than they would have anticipated at first glance. Similar styles. No flips, just kicks, and then the club just love to beat people up. As Dash Wilder starts out for his team against Luke Gallows. And of course, Gallows and Anderson were robbed of tag team title opportunities against the tag champs Ryder and Neville back at Final Bell, as well as at Overtime. As Gallows makes the tag to Anderson. There's now Anderson and Wilder in the middle of the ring. Looks like Dawson was trying to reach out for Anderson. Like cutter brainbuster there from Wilder to Anderson. Dash Wilder laying down the left hands. Carl Anderson. Anderson looking for a suplex, and Wilder would suplex off his own. As now he makes a tag to Scott Dawson. The Revival look like they're ready to go to work. Drop toe hold from Scott Dawson to Carl Anderson. And the trash talking begins. As Carl Anderson fights out of the German suplex. And an uppercut from Anderson. This time Anderson with a German suplex. And in comes Luke Gallows against Scott Dawson. And a big boot from Gallows to Dawson. And an elbow. And another. Scott Dawson. Looked like Northern Lights suplex or some other kind of maneuver. And again, this is tag team wrestling. One-on-one, frequent tags in and out. This is Anderson. There was that pile driver to Scott Dawson. And Dawson able to make a tag to Wilder. Again, this is textbook tag team wrestling, frequent tags in and out to your partner. Again, both these teams have similar styles. You know, their counters after counters. Exploding suplex out of from Dash Wilder. A hard left hand from Carl Anderson, followed by a series of kicks to Wilder. And in comes Gallows off the tag. Maybe looking for the boot of doom. Just Dash Wilder. As Luke Gallows makes the cover. And Wilder able to kick out of the boot of doom. Wilder, fireman's carry into the backbreaker to Luke Gallows. Now Wilder might be looking to put this match away with a code breaker to the big man Luke Gallows. As Wilder just stalks Gallows, rolls into the cover, and Gallows still able to fight out. And Wilder again raining down the left hands to the back and side of the head. And it comes off the tag, Scott Dawson. As these two boys work on Luke Gallows. And at the moment, it was a 2-on-1 assault. Luthez pressed by Dawson. To Gallows, into the cover now. And Gallows kicks out before the count of 2. You know, hard uppercut from Luke Gallows. Now Gallows. Choke slam into the corner to Scott Dawson. And now the club. Might have been, they were looking for the magic killer, but Dawson's still able to fight out of the counter as he cuts the leg of Luke Gallows. Chops the leg of Luke Gallows. Smart strategy on the part of Dawson. Roll up by Dawson onto Gallows. Gallows still fighting. Now Anderson takes out Dawson. Now Gallows into the cover once again. Dawson kicks out before 2. And in comes the tag. Carl Anderson into the cover as Gallows looks to go to work on Wilder, and Wilder able to escape Gallows. Wilder boxing the ears of Anderson, and that just pissed Anderson off. Dawson needs to make a tag to Dash Wilder. Now Gallows comes in off the tag. And Gallows introducing Dawson corner to corner. A stomp to the chest. Now Dawson's got Gallows perched up top turnbuckle. Fireman's carry. What is Dawson looking for here? A rolling senton from the top turnbuckle. Or the middle, depending on which position you're in. The strength of Scott Dawson as he again chops the leg of Gallows. Smart strategy there. As Gallows into the cover on Dawson. And Dawson is still able to kick out and survive in this matchup. And both these teams want to make it big enough of an impact and a statement to be entered in the fatal four-way match for #1 contendership for the tag team titles at Anything Goes in 2 weeks' time. Side suplex again by Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson going for the Indian Deathlock. On to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Oh my God. Luke Gallows tapped out to the Indian Deathlock. As Dash Wilder took care of Carl Anderson, sending him up and over the top rope, and the Revival pick up the win over Gallows and Anderson. Whoa. A huge upset on the part of the Revival, taking out the former Raw Tag Team Champions and former IWGP Tag Team title, Tag Team Champs. Whoa. Huge upset from the Revival. I still can't get over this. We'll see it right here, closing moments of the matchup. The side suplex into the, I don't know if it's like an inverted figure four or the Indian Deathlock, but there you see Dash Wilder going immediately to Carl Anderson, sending him up and over the top rope. Nasty spill by Anderson, and Gallows had no choice but to tap out. Oh my God. Congratulations, Revival. Big statement to the rest of the division. Wow. And coming up next, Sami Zayn and Austin Aries. Two high flyers. Like to make a statement somewhere in the heavyweight championship picture or the Twitch TV championship picture. In comes Sami Zayn, the former NXT champion, the heart and soul of NXT. Came to Monday Night Raw. And then the brand extension was still on Raw in the Superstar Shake-Up and brought him to SmackDown. And Sammy's here in Reign of Chaos Wrestling. The underdog from the underground takes on the greatest man that's ever lived, a double Austin Aries. with Austin Aries last week in a losing effort win against Dean Ambrose. Austin Aries, the 1-point #1 contender for Neville's Cruiserweight Championship over in WWE. Austin Aries, a former TNA X Division champion and heavyweight champion. First man to ever cash in the X Division title for the world title. And Austin Aries wasting little time going for the neck breaker immediately to Sami Zayn. As he brings down the right elbows. And Sami barely able to keep him down. And the ropes goes Sami. Atomic drop from Aries. And then the face buster from Sami to Aries. Now Sami with a suplex of his own. Sami Zayn rained down the elbows to Austin Aries. And again, this time Aries able to counter it by rolling over onto his stomach. As well as Sami to relieve the pressure of the body scissors. Sidewalk slam from Aries to Zayn. And a left elbow. This time Sami with the backbreaker. And Sami ascends to the top rope. Looking to pull Aries into the crossbody. Comes up empty off the top rope crossbody. But just like a ball of rubber, Sami just comes right back. Full Nelson suplex. Sami now goes into the cover on Aries. And Aries kicks out right after the count of 1. Sami empty on the drop kick. Back it. Throws a world backbreaker. And now working the legs of Aries. As he goes for the Dragon Sleeper submissions, middle of the ring. To Austin Aries. And Aries is able to fight out. You know, Sami's got Austin Aries on the top turnbuckle. And then a side slam off the top turnbuckle goes both men. Aries, fireman's carry. Sami able to fight out of it into the Blue Thunder Bomb. And Aries survives the Blue Thunder Bomb, but just for the moment. The Sami might be looking to go submission here for the Koji clutch. Middle of the ring, nowhere for Austin Aries to go. And the Koji clutch. As Austin Aries going to tap out to the Koji clutch. Middle of the ring. And Aries just immediately on the attack to Sami Zayn. Now Aries, the spinning elbow right to the temple to Sami Zayn into the cover. And Zayn continues to fight. And now Aries looking for his own submission. The last chancery, middle of the ring, nowhere for Sami to go. Is Sami going to tap out to the last chancery? Here from Austin Aries, and Sami able to find out the last chancery. Sami might be looking to put this match away here. Sami with a neck breaker. Onto the apron. Rolling senton. Springboard. And takedown from Aries. Another snapmare takedown. Kick to the back. Now it's time for Aries to go a little aerial offense, his own rolling senton springboard. Now Aries using the ropes to his advantage, gaining some extra leverage and pressure to Sami to kick out harder. Now Aries perching Sami up on the top turnbuckle. Sami able to counter and see if he goes into the missile drop kick. Right on the button to Aries. Now the Ric Flair chops to Austin Aries. You hear them echoing throughout the arena. Sami looking for the snap DDT. And then Austin Aries able to counter in a swing neck breaker. Into the cover from Aries. And Sami able to fight out of it. I don't know what Aries is thinking. Sami's all the way on the other side of the ring. Barely connected into anything there. And Aries might have been looking for that spinning back elbow, but haluva kick from Sami. Into the cover on Aries. And Sami picks up the win over Aries. Very back and forth contest between these two men here in Reign of Chaos Wrestling. We saw both the Koji clutch and the last chancery, and there was the final blow of this matchup, the haluva kick by Sami Zayn, as we now move on to our main event. here on the StrikeZone. Earlier on, we saw a huge upset. Revival beating the club. Definitely making a statement for the Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders match next week. In a fatal 4-way. And coming up next, we're going to get a bit of a preview in regards to our main event at RCW Anything Goes on the 14th on Mother's Day in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Of course, Rollins the heavyweight champion. And wait a minute. What's going? Oh my God, Rollins. Rollins is attacking Balor in the backstage area. He's on top of that crate. What? Rollins attacking Balor unprovoked. Wants to send a clear and present message to Finn Balor and anybody else that dares to challenge him. Balor's now just fighting back, and Rollins codebreaker from Balor. But Rollins assaulting Balor in the backstage area. Again, an elbow right to the side of the head. And Balor taking down Rollins. As Balor sends Rollins careening into the locker room area. We're supposed to have a main event match here, ladies and gentlemen, but Rollins attacked Balor unprovoked, as he might have been making his way to the ringside area. Or making his way to the ring, rather, for our main event, but Rollins again attacking Balor. As Balor is now taking his time with Seth Rollins. Wants to send his own message to the heavyweight champion. Steel chair to the back of Rollins. And now Finn, 1916. To Seth Rollins, and Rollins again another back elbow and a headbutt. Sends Balor flying into the locker room area. And now it looks like these two might be making their way to the outside, right here to the ring. Balor all over Seth Rollins' gutbuster. A European uppercut, wild European uppercut from Balor. Whoa. Rollins was looking for the super kick to Finn Balor. Finn able to counter it. And now Balor just slamming Rollins' head right into the crate, and a bulldog just barely missing another crate. I don't think these two are going to wait till anything goes in tables, ladders, and chairs. Balor coming up empty off the coup de grace. Now Rollins with a splash coming up empty. Again, these boys ain't going to wait till anything goes. They want to get it done here and now. These two might be making their way out to the ring here. I mean, they're going to be coming out here momentarily. It seems like, for the time being. So we know each other. So, oh, no. Rollins, pedigree. To Finn Balor. Seth Rollins with the pedigree. Standing shooting star press. Then a package. What? No. Rollins. No. Think about this, Rollins with the TV. Balor was able to avoid disaster. Almost avoiding disaster being leveled by the television monitor. Now Balor all over Rollins. He looks to deliver a second. 1916. With Seth Rollins on the outside. Well, I guess that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been RCW Strike Zone. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next week here on the Strike Zone.